Alright, what's up? This is Adam 2 for 1. Remember to like and subscribe. Alright, I'm going to talk about the main problem with Islam that people ain't talking about and they don't understand. People argue the results. That's what they're arguing, is the results. But the main problem with Islam is that what is not being explained is what do they mean by we're a religion of peace? They're not explaining that. They're saying, hey, we're a religion of peace. Yeah, religion of peace. They're not explaining that. The problem with that is what their definition of religion of peace really is, because there's a difference. I got people understand. There's a difference between black Muslims, who are mostly from the Black Panthers and Nation Islam, and Middle Eastern Muslims. There's a big difference. See, the Middle Eastern Muslims, when they say we're a religion of peace, what they're really saying is, if you convert to our religion, we'll be peaceful with you. So as long as you are in our religion, you would convert to it, we'll have peace. We'll leave you alone. But of course, that's not what actually happens. Because even if you convert, because there's this thing they like to say. They like to say, you're not a real Muslim. They do it with Christianity too. You're not a real Christian. But they don't even do that no more. They don't even say you're not a real Christian. Anybody can say they're a Christian now. But in Islam, if you're seen as not a real Muslim, then now they can mess with you now. So the reason why there's so many, the reason why they're more likely to kill their own people in their own religion is because they're gauging who is the real Muslim. That's how, they can beat women to death or rape people. It's because they can just say, well, you cheated on your husband, so you're not a real Muslim anyway. So now there's no peace. So when they say religion of peace, yeah, that doesn't mean much. They're just saying that, well, as long as you convert to our religion and you become a real Muslim, we won't cause any violence to you. So that's what they mean by religion of peace. They're not saying that they're peaceful people. They're saying that as long as you convert to our religion, we won't mess with you now. That's what they're saying. Now, the good thing about the black Muslims is that because blacks are always trying to be liked, they would do things. They know if it's a lot of stuff in Islam that it ain't gonna fly in America, like beating your wife. Like in Middle Eastern countries, you can beat your wife in public. That's crazy, right? You can rape people in public. They had this thing called the rape game, where in Egypt, it used to be called the flirt game or something like that. It was basically like, it would be like a woman, and a whole bunch of guys would surround the woman and be flirting with her. But then it devolved to this thing called the rape game, where now they surround the woman and they start raping her, her assaulting her, or touching her, or something like that. And that's an actual thing that's going on. So things like that ain't gonna fly in America. You openly rape people. You openly beat your wife. That stuff ain't gonna fly. Having multiple wives, you can't do that in America. Definitely, if the nation is Christian. But of course, Mormons, they have multiple wives, I think. But Mormons are usually like, the conservatives. They're really good at saving money, so they have a lot of money. And they know about farming and so you're farming, you're saving a lot of money. So they usually have money, so they usually can actually take care of their wives. A lot of in the black community, you got polygamy, but it don't work out so well because a lot of these black people, a lot of these black men don't have no good jobs and they can't take care of multiple women. So they end up being pimps, and the girls are just on welfare all day. So it don't really work out. But usually on the Muslim community, polygamy ain't exactly normal. We don't really like that stuff. We can talk all day about it came from Africa and all this stuff, but a lot of black Muslims, they don't like polygamy. You know, it's actually kind of rare. My father was in it, and yeah, they didn't like him. They didn't like it. So a lot of things in Islam, definitely black Muslims don't do, because it's not normal, and you're going to be seen as different. So a lot of black people are always trying to be liked. So a lot of things that in the religion, they just take it out. They don't do it. They don't beat their wife. They allow the women to have power. They respect their women. They protect them. They protect their children. Make sure the children are disciplined and educated. Actually in America you have women imams, which means leader. You ain't gonna have that. you might, well, a lot of times, like, you know how you see sometimes, I think recently you would see like Afghanistan have like a woman leader, or you think it is. That was just for show. That wasn't real. Sometimes we would come into their country and we'll make observations. Hey, y'all ain't got no women leaders nowhere. So they'll just pick a woman. Yeah, she's one of our leaders. She's one of our like representatives in our government. But they're basically lying. They're just when we leave, they go back to what they was doing. See, they don't care about being liked. You know, they're gonna act like they like you for a little bit. When you leave, they're gonna go back to what they was doing. But for black Muslims, they're mostly community driven. They value their women. They respect the women. They put their women in leadership roles. They can vote. A lot of times in Sharia law, a lot of these Muslim countries, the women have 50% of the vote. So it's like the vote only counts half. That's not flying in no black community. If you how we respect men, even from the black community, that's like back in the day. I don't know about now. It kind of sucks, but back in the day, the respect for women was different. You know, yeah, it was valued. So we carry that over to when we join Islam. So, and the black Muslim approach is more like a Marcus Garvey approach, where it's like we don't exclude nobody. As long as you black, if you it doesn't matter if you were Hindi. Well, you can't be no Satanist, but as long as you could be Hindi, a Gypsy. And man, our Muslim community, I grew up in a Muslim household, and the masjid or mosque, whatever you want to call it, where we came from, we were very like do for self. So, and we had a Marcus Garvey approach. So, if you were black and you were any type of something, any type of spiritual person, Muslim, Islamic, 5%er, you know, Nation Islam, Black Panther, whatever, as long as you're strong and you execute your ideas correctly, then you can join the religion. We didn't even care if you were Muslim, Hindi, hippies, hipsters. But see, the thing about now is like we don't really have a lot of hippies. We have these hipster type people, which is like rich people pretending to be hippies. But like hippies were like real people. They were hardcore, man. They were real environmentalists, man. Like the thing about this is a quick note about environmentalists. If you have a toilet, if you have electricity, if you have technology, you're automatically not environmentalist, because all of those things cause waste. And if only way you can be an environmentalist is that you are in charge of your own waste, because you have a toilet. All your doo-doo goes into the toilet. It goes somewhere, and you're not controlling where it's going. You don't know where it's going. That means it's being polluted somewhere. You don't know where it's going. So you can't be an environmentalist if you have a toilet, because you don't control where your waste is going. If you know anything about hippies, man, they're pretty hardcore. You know, well, first of all, they breastfeed. Okay. First of all, they don't spank their children. They wear clothes made of hemp. They believe in marijuana. They don't use toilets. They A lot of them don't even have air conditioning. They use natural cooling. You know. Well, actually, hippies back in the day were actually vegetarian. They weren't really vegan yet, and you basically couldn't tell them what to do. So there wasn't really, you couldn't peer pressure these people into anything. They believe what they believe. So I would say most are still vegetarian. So they were hardcore parenting, hardcore everything, and they didn't wash their hair with chemicals. You know, so that's why their hair was all scruffy and they were kind of dirty and kind of stinking a little bit. Because everything they washing wise was all natural. So if you have a toilet, if you have electricity, if you have technology, you're not a hippie. So that's why they came up with the old hipster thing. So they can act like they're hippies, but they're not. They some fake hippies. They've been to Jamaica and they think they know everything now. So anyway, so religion of peace just means convert to our religion and we won't bother you. But of course it doesn't work because now they got to gauge who's the real Muslim. We already know how that ends up. Women get beat, murdered, you know, burned alive, get their heads chopped off in public. People don't know. They have actual back in the Wild West days where they would have like a stage and they'd have the executioner there, and then they would have like the rope and they would have people watch the thing, and they would hang a person and they would have people watch it. It's the damnedest thing. It's the craziest thing you ever seen. Well, time doesn't matter to these people. They are still doing this. You gotta laugh at it because it's so ridiculous that this stuff is happening. They have a square where they have a woman up there accused of something, and they were just recently Afghanistan. They had this woman up there accused of adultery that she didn't even do, and they just beat her to death. It was like the craziest thing. That would not occur in the black Muslim community because they know good and well that white people are not going to like that. White people will not accept that because black people are always trying to be liked and they don't want to go back to no slavery. We have it always in the back of our mind. We don't want to go back to slavery, so we don't want to do anything to upset these people. So that's why we're mostly community driven. So if we do anything, we got to deal with it. That's why we're usually anti-cops, because we don't trust the cops. We don't want people to get involved in our problems. We want to handle our own problems. Of course, it's hurting us now, but it actually worked out before because we were pro-gun. A lot of the black Muslims, Black Panthers, Islam 5%ers. First of all, 5% doesn't mean they only worship 5%. They only have 5% of religion. Nah, 5% means they believe 95% of it, but 5% they don't believe. That's basically what it means. So they take 5% out and they believe 95% of it. It's probably, I think it's just the praying. They don't do the praying. They probably do everything else but the praying. So yeah, we were pro-gun, so we had guns. We was all about protecting ourselves, and we didn't like drug dealers. We were not no pro-drugs. Like, if it was any type of drug activity, prostitution happening around us, we would totally disassociate from that. We were not cool with that. So yep, and yeah. I have a story about that, but you know it might be kind of crazy, so I ain't gonna say it. Well, yeah, we had community. It's not like that now. It's kind of messed up actually. But back in the day when I was growing up, I don't really do this Islamic stuff now, but back in the day it was awesome. I mean, we had community stuff. We had We had feasts and stuff. We had their Eid and everything. We would go to skating rink. We would go on trips and stuff, and it was community driven. And we didn't exclude nobody. As long as, I mean, it was like black first, but it was like it was basically like Malcolm X when he left. They said something. It was like, whites can help us, but you can't join. But we actually allowed whites to join. I think it was like one. But whites are kind of like, well, as long as you do for self, they'll kind of just leave you alone. That's what a lot of black people don't understand now, is that as long as you do for self, they won't bother you. As long as your community, because your community being good is going to benefit them, because now they know they don't have to be afraid of you. They're afraid to be near you. But most time people know that when blacks are destroying each other, they're usually not going to bring it over here. And I've seen it. I've seen like projects right here, bam, over the next block, white people, and there'll be no crime here, crime here. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. It's like some kind of visible gate or something, visible electric fence, where it'd be crime here. They would talk about in Chicago or Detroit, I forgot where it was, where it'd be a block where it'd be nothing but crime, and next to that will be rich people. It'd be crazy. All the crime is concentrated right here because everything is usually personal. People are killing each other, but it's always personal. You're on my block. You're selling drugs on my block. You need to go, so I need to kill you so I can, make money again. So all these kids really needed money. Because when you're 15, you're thinking, okay, I need money. My father left me a long time ago. My mom, she ain't got no job. I need to take care of my mom. So these kids basically become their mother's boyfriend. That's what's really going on. And the girls, they end up running away because the girls are competing with the mothers. The mothers, she's all worn out, but the daughter, she's still good looking. So the daughters and mothers compete for boyfriends. Because girls, at any point, women, at any point, they say they don't need no man. Of course they need a man. At some point, they're going to need a man. They come in and, you know what they're going to get. But anyway, so the daughters and mothers are usually competing with each other. And eventually, the mothers get jealous and either kick them out or she runs away. But not boys, though. Boys protect their mothers. They almost treat them like their girlfriends or something. That's not cool. Like, you should not be, your son should not be your boyfriend. Your mom needs to pick better boyfriends or better husbands. Matter of fact, they ain't even trying to pick husbands. They're trying to just pick boyfriends. So you got grown people have a boyfriend. But anyway. So yeah, the black Muslims are usually community driven. They do for self. And they try to do anything they can to basically get, I guess, the whites to leave them alone. We always want to be liked, so we're gonna remove stuff from the religion that's not good. It's not gonna be whites are not gonna like it. So we remove stuff that isn't good. Of course, we defend it. Well, every time you argue, even if you argue with any Muslim, then they will try to defend everything that's in the Quran. But they're not that stupid. They will defend it, but they won't do it. They will defend it till the cows come home. But they ain't gonna do it because they know as soon as you do it, you're gonna have problems. So they ain't that stupid. But they'll defend their religion. Everybody does it. Everybody defends their beliefs. But they're not doing it. So you ain't got to worry about black Muslims too much. But you do got to worry about Arab Muslims because they are crazy and they don't care about being liked. Most of them are not really radical, but they will defend it. If you arguing with them with it, they will defend the craziness. But don't worry about things. These are usually women. You ain't got to worry about women are not really tribal anyway. So they'll come here, they'll find a man, and they'll be all right. Women are not tribal because they're usually looking for the best one anyway. So they could care less about the religion. I mean, after they get here, they don't care no more that much. Anyway, so, but you do gotta worry about the men though. They are crazy. They are tribal. You know, um, they'll defend their belief to the death. We already know that. So that's what you gotta watch out for. But the good thing is, if you ain't stupid, then you'll be all right. And first of all, Obama, he banned people 19 times. I already heard that, but Trump, they're just mad at Trump because he's being transparent. Don't worry about that. I don't support Trump. I just like him because I don't like that support thing, because that support thing is going too far. That's a problem with religion. I don't support religion. I'm not no die-hard religious person. I just like certain things. If it's good, I like it. Whatever. If it's not good, I don't like it. But support, I don't like that word. That means that, you know, you go along with anything. I don't know about that. So yeah, be careful with beliefs and supporting people, because Trump does say some dumb stuff. Conservatives, right wing, left wing, we already know left wing say dumb stuff. So support, nah, I don't think so. Belief, nah. I don't want to have too many strong beliefs about stuff, because I don't have all the facts. So yeah, it's better to have all the facts